Tommy, it's that time where I try to convince you of something this morning on OTB
Yeah.
AM, and this Thursday morning. It's 7:58 a.m. I'm going to try and convince you preemptively because it hasn't happened yet. But I'm flying to Belgium later on this afternoon with a few friends, and we're going to the Belgian Grand Prix in Spa on Sunday. So it's going to be my first experience of a Formula One event, my first experience of a live race.
Oh, is
Uh,
it? Is it your
I,
first
I
one? Okay.
First one. I'm kind of I feel like a bit of a blow-in, a bit of a newbie. Like the Drive to Survive series on Netflix kind of really reignited my interest in Formula One.
Mm,
And by all means, I'm not a technical engineering expert in terms of Formula One, but I enjoy the personalities, I enjoy the characters, I enjoy the race, and I enjoy the coverage as well. It has to be said, the coverage on television on Sky Sports is excellent for Formula One. When you can hear the team radios, you can hear them arguing with each other, driver and engineer. It really is fascinating. Um, but Tommy, I'm going to convince you and tell you why Formula One is perhaps the best live experience before I've even done it this weekend. But the money in excess, Tommy, I'm going to start off with. So there are gold, silver, and bronze passes for us this weekend in Belgium. Of course, we're down with the cockroaches in third class. The bronze tickets, still not cheap. I think it was maybe upward of 150 quid for a bronze ticket, and it kind of just gets you a little bit crappier view than the silver. And of course, then silver is a little bit crappier than gold, but it's still. I think there's platinum and VIP tickets as well. But I
I'm sure
just
there is, Shane.
love. Of course there are. Like, but it's not going to happen for me just yet. But I love this excess. Where there's no prawn sandwich brigade with us. Like the bronze tickets are going to be excellent still, but there's just something about Formula One in the excess. Uh, I've got a couple of photographs here I want to bring on screen. There was a Monaco Grand Prix in 2006. I can't believe this was 15 years ago. Kimi Raikkonen, his heat shield blew up at the Monaco Grand Prix. So this is him walking away from the track in the first photograph. And if you go to the next photograph, you'll see the jetties behind him. He walks directly from the track. He doesn't even get changed onto his yacht. And then we'll see photo 3, a nice pixelated close-up photograph of him sitting on his yacht. And I can tell you he was drinking a beer there as well. So 2006, Monaco Grand Prix, Kimi Raikkonen, what a character, going straight to his yacht after his heat shield blew up. That just shows the heat, or the money in excess in Formula One. That's reason 1, Tommy. Reason 2, kind of similar, the celebrities. So there was a moment in a Formula One Grand Prix, and I think it was 2018, the Canadian Grand Prix. Sometimes a celebrity is asked to wave the checkered flag at the end of the race, kind of little token gesture, something to put on your CV, I guess. Winnie Harlow, who I'm told is a Canadian model, close friend of Lewis Hamilton as well, waved the flag, as we'll see in the photograph here, on lap 69, one lap before the scheduled 70-lap race limit. She was instructed to do so by the official known as the starter. She waved it a lap early. You can tell by her facial expression there. She's like, oh crap, I've messed up. I've waved this flag one lap early. The race wasn't over, but because the cars, of course, see the flag and essentially are thinking in their heads, okay, this race is over, the cars start to slow down. So in the end, the result was taken from the 68th lap, as per the regulations. There was no real significant changes in position, but it did mean Daniel Ricciardo lost his fastest lap to his teammate at that time, Max Verstappen. So it was just an awkward moment where you're like, lads, leave the celebrities out of it. But it's moments like that that make it interesting. There's been different moments as well, Tommy, over the years in the pit lane. Martin Brundle, the Sky reporter, getting completely rebuffed by Venus Williams. He went up to talk to her live on air, and she just stared at him up and down. Quentin Tarantino just started spouting absolute nonsense out of his mouth in the pit lane one year. Ozzy Osbourne, quite similar in Canada in 2003. So there've been loads of.
This is all great stuff, Shane, but I'm very aware of the fact that it's all happening outside of the sport itself. You're going to have to do a bit more work here now to convince me to make time for Formula One on my schedule.
Okay, fair. Number 3, Tommy, the noise of the cars. This is very much involved in the sport. The decibel levels, I have to tell you. The Seattle Seahawks, a couple of years ago, I remember being in the news, got so noisy at one of their NFL games that they set off seismographs nearby that register earthquakes, set a Guinness World Record as well. But Formula One, myself and my mates in the WhatsApp group yesterday for this trip this weekend, one of the lads put in, what are we going to do about air protection? And I hadn't thought of it. We do need to bring air protection with us because it's that kind of sensory experience. So there was a study done, Tommy, don't ever tell us we don't get scientific here on OTB AM, but there was a doctoral candidate in acoustical engineering at the University of Texas at Austin. His name was Craig Dolder, a few years ago, where he measured sound levels at 3 locations on a Formula One racetrack. He found that the loudest spot, the peak noise levels, were almost 140 decibels, or just below those known to cause permanent hearing loss. And cumulative noise levels of those sustained over a length of time soared well above what the Occupational Safety and Health Administration in America considers safe for a normal workday. So there's parts of this lap, Tommy, that put people above a safe level of noise exposure. So people sitting at the noisiest location would get 85 times their daily noise dosage if they sat through an entire race with no ear protection. So it shows you how important it is, and that is something I'm looking forward to. The wind of the cars going, flying in our face as they go past, and the noise. So there you go. There's number 3 for you, Tommy.
Okay. Keep going, Shane, because I need a bit more work now to convince me to get stuck into Formula One.
I thought I was on a roll there, but you're killing me. You're killing my confidence.
You kind of got me earlier on, but I'm just going to need a bit more when it comes to what's happening on the actual tracks. What's actually happening in the sport?
Fair. Well, specifically with this track on Sunday, and the reason why we probably chose the Belgian Grand Prix as our first Grand Prix, this Spa circuit, set in the Ardennes forest, beautiful region, I'm told, of Belgium, and I can't wait to find that out for myself. And for many people, there's a lot of World War II history as well there. Bastogne was a city that saw a lot of fighting, and the Ardennes forest region. You'll see a lot of it in Band of Brothers as well. But you see in that photograph on screen, that's Max Verstappen, and the wall of orange behind him, because it's kind of like a home circuit for Max Verstappen, the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa's been one of those races that thousands of Dutch fans show up to. I cannot wait for that absolute Max Verstappen mania. He's got a Belgian mother as well, Max Verstappen, and Stoffel van Dorn, the Belgian, no longer, of course, racing in Formula One. So he's probably the closest thing, Max Verstappen, to a home driver. So to experience that absolute mania, Beatlemania in some ways for Max Verstappen. There's a Max Verstappen shop, I'm told, at the Spa circuit as well, such as his popularity. But the circuit as well, Tommy, this Spa circuit, iconic in the world of Formula One. It's the longest track in this season's calendar as well. The Eau Rouge, iconic corner, the Radillon, the Pouhon, spectacular as well. Very challenging as well. You've got the Kemmel Straight, chicanes like the Les Combes, just different parts of it that are just famous for Formula One, and encouraging of overtaking as well, which is important because the Monaco Grand Prix, quite tight, quite constrained, street. It's a street race and tough to overtake. On this circuit in Belgium, we're going to see lots of overtaking, I hope. And changeable weather as well. It's a venue that can see high summer temperatures. It can drop as well in temperature. It can rain very, very often. Some of the most dramatic races in Formula One have taken place at this track, Tommy. So in 2008, Felipe Massa won an incredible race over Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen. 1998 was one of the most expensive crashes in Formula One history. The majority of the grid caught in a bit of an incident on the rundown from La Source. So the track, Tommy, and what we're going to see on Sunday is my reason for the Formula One being an unbelievable experience. And reason 5, and the last one, Tommy, is I've spouted about this man on the show before, the Australian driver. He now races for McLaren, Daniel Ricciardo. What a character. And the reason why Netflix's Drive to Survive really drew me in. He was the star of the show, to be honest with you. He was just something else. I don't care that I'll be paying €15 for a pint. I don't care that I'll be paying through the nose for Belgian truffles and Belgian chips on the street and everything else that Brussels and Liège have to offer, because I have the chance of seeing Daniel Ricciardo's pretty face in person. We saw the photograph of him doing a shoey there, his famous shoey celebration when he wins a race, of pouring beer or the champagne into a cup. It could be a beer, I don't know which he does, into his shoe. Sweaty shoe, no doubt, after taking part in the Formula One, and he drinks it. When he was a driver for Renault a few years ago, I was tempted to buy a Renault jersey, and I did. I bought a Renault T-shirt, and then he left. Such is the way Formula One happens. But now he's racing for McLaren. So this Sunday, I'm hoping to buy a McLaren hat, McLaren T-shirt, and support them all the way, himself and Lando Norris. So Tommy, those are my 5 reasons. I hope I've convinced you, and that is why I think Formula One racing is up there with perhaps the best in-person fan experiences. What do you think?
Shane, I'm going to have to be convinced, so I'm going to tune in on Sunday. I'm going to follow your Instagram over the weekend because I know you're going to be posting stuff there when you're at the race. So I'm going to tune in. I want to be convinced. So you've kind of won me over with the last two there. So I'm going to watch on Sunday. I have to be honest, I haven't caught the bug yet. But maybe that's because I haven't got stuck into Drive to Survive. So give me a bit more time and I'll come back to you on it. But yeah, you're going to have an unbelievable time. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing experience.
I can't wait. Even just to get on an airplane for the first time in I don't know how long later on this afternoon is going to be incredible. So yeah, I can't wait for that Belgian Grand Prix on Sunday. You can tune in and watch it. 8:08 a.m. this morning.